The 2024 NFL Draft is not shaping up to be one of the greatest cornerback prospects that we have seen. The past few years we have been lucky to see all-time great cornerback classes, but the 2024 draft just doesn't come to par with those classes. However, there are a number of very interesting cornerback prospects in this class, and some guys down the board that are very interesting. We all look at the guys playing in the Power 5 conferences, but we often don't show love to the smaller school players. In the 2024 NFL Draft, Toledo cornerback Quinyon Mitchell is a guy who is very interesting and has some potential to be a very good player at the NFL level. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. I had been putting up polls for the conference championship games for the Power 5 conferences, which you guys voted, and you will be seeing them over the next 2 days. But I wanted to show some love to a smaller conference and a player who you might not hear about. So here we are, and leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and let's take a closer look at Quinyon Mitchell. Mitchell is a very interesting player who had a very good year in 2022. He had 42 tackles, 19 pass deflections, with 5 interceptions on the year for the Rockets. The only issue is, 4 of those interceptions came in the same game against Northern Illinois. In 2023, he has been very productive yet again. While his interception numbers aren't as high as they were last year, he only has 1 on the season. He has 16 pass deflections with 30 tackles, and he has allowed less than 300 yards again and coverage for the second consecutive season. The first thing that I like about Quinyon Mitchell is his size. He is 6 foot, 196 pounds, he has long arms, and he fits the exact size profile that I look for in terms of a stud corner. He has broad shoulders, and I really like the way that Mitchell is built. Mitchell is a very good man cover corner. He does a great job at mirroring the wide receiver's routes, which is something I love to see from him. He has very solid speed, and he is able to match up with wide receivers down the field and continues to keep his foot on the gas. He has fluid hips, and he moves really well, and he has solid speed, which are all things I like to see from the corners. He also does a very solid job in zone coverage. He reads the quarterback's eyes really well, and he reacts really quickly to the play, which leads us into my favorite thing about Quinyon Mitchell, and they are his quick instincts. He has excellent ball skills, and his reaction time is ridiculous. His closing speed is some of the best I have seen in this entire class, and when the ball is in the air, he can change direction and make a play on the football really quickly. That is a big reason why he has had over 35 pass deflections over the last 2 seasons, and his instincts and his feel for the ball and his ball skills are something that I absolutely love to see from him. Athletically, he checks all the boxes. He has the size, he has the speed, he's got the instincts, and those are all things that I really like to see from him. There are some areas of his games that I would like to see improve. A lot of it is scheme related, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but Mitchell did play a lot of off-man coverage. This is not a bad thing, however, he did allow a lot of plays and receptions underneath. He has allowed 52 receptions over the last 2 seasons, and allowing these wide receivers plays underneath is not something that is going to work at the NFL level. Because he played in an off-man coverage scheme, he's not very physical. Now you guys that have followed the channel for a long time know that I absolutely love physicality in my cornerbacks, and Mitchell is not the most physical guy in the world. I want to see him develop a better punch and be more handsy, if you will, with the wide receiver. I would like to see him in more press man situations, and that is just not an area we have gotten to see Mitchell play in a whole lot. Tackles are the last thing that I want to see improve. He had some missed tackles in the open field, and I want to see him do a better job at wrapping up. Mitchell is a very good prospect, who has played against lesser competition, which is still something to take note of. Athletically, he's got it, and I'm a big fan of his, and I think he's going to be very successful in the NFL. He is currently my number 10 cornerback prospect in the draft, and he is my number 55 prospect in the 2024 NFL Draft. I think Mitchell is very scheme versatile. He would probably be best suited in an off-man scheme or a heavy zone scheme due to his lack of physicality, We already touched on how good of an off-man corner he is and how good he is in zone coverage. He's great in both of these areas, and I think he could thrive really anywhere on the NFL field, wherever a team needs him, so I do think he could fit in any scheme in the NFL. My player comparison for Quinyon Mitchell is Washington Commanders corner Kendall Fuller. They are both bigger cornerback prospects. Fuller is about 5'11", 190, and Mitchell is 6 foot 190. And even though Mitchell is a little bit bigger, I think they're very close. Not only that, they are both not the most physical guys in the world, but they're great zone corners, and I think they're both very good and off man. We have seen Fuller have some really solid seasons in Washington. I think Quinyon Mitchell could be that player for a team in the NFL. Despite being from a smaller school, don't let it fool you. Quinyon Mitchell is a stud. If he was on a Power 5 school, we would be talking about him as a potential first round pick. He has quick instincts, and he has some very good athletic tools to go along with it. I think he's going to test out very well at the draft combine, and ultimately, I think Quinyon Mitchell will be a top 75 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.